Hey folks, Mike Gray with the Mike Gray team here with the end of month video. I have Leash Yu with me. He's an insurance agent here in Houston, has an office in West U. He was doing some training with us the other day and gave some information about some new changes in insurance that are coming up that I wanted to get out in front of you. So Leash, first, thanks for being here.
Oh, you bet. Thank you for having me.
So the question that I wanted to pose to you was something that you addressed the other day about insurance looking at roofs differently. So as a buyer or seller, you need to be aware if you're buying, say, an older home or selling an older home, that it's not, I guess, looked at the way it was even a few years back.
Yeah, the biggest changes that we've had from an underwriting perspective have everything to do with roofs and the age of the roofs. So in the past, as long as the roof was functioning, not leaking, didn't really matter how old it was, insurance companies would insure it. These days, there's a new regulations that have come out, and they're really looking at how old the roof is, and 15 years is basically kind of the limit that the insurance companies are looking at to insure a home. So now, I'm not saying it's impossible to insure a home that has a roof that's older than 15 years, but most insurance companies are looking at the age, and if it's older than 15 years, they may put a hard stop and say no. And so there's a couple of messages there. Number one, if you're a buyer or seller, if you're buying a house, make sure that your insurance company will insure a house that has a roof older than 15 years if your roof is older than 15 years. If you're a seller, then you got to make sure that you may have to re-roof if your prospective buyers can't insure their homes because your roof is older than 15 years.
Okay, so in the past, a lot of people would just check the insurance almost as a second thought before closing.
Yeah.
And now you don't want to do that. Absolutely. You want to do it if you're a buyer in the option period, so you know if you can get insurance, and in the seller, you probably want to look at this before it ever goes on the market, because that could be a big hit by numbers.
Absolutely. And again, this seems very unfair, especially for those of us that put 20 or 30 year shingles on a roof, and it's only been 15 years, but unfair is unfair. Insurance companies, they kind of hold the rules. And so, yeah, just be careful, close your insurance prior to the option period expiring.
Got it. And close it, not check it. Make sure you can get it.
Absolutely.
Big difference, folks. Big difference. So, Leash, thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, we'll be back next month. I think we're going to do another insurance video. We're going to talk about a few things flood related, because we seem to have a history here and it keeps on going. So, have a great week, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.